Hey, everyone, stick with us versus Herd. If it's your first time here, like the content, hit subscribe. If you want to get notifications from when we go live, tap the bell. Just do it. Tap the bell. I go live Monday through Friday, 30 minutes before market open. We prepare for the markets. We prepare for what's happening today. Kind of go over the daily plan, see what to do. And if you want to join the UVH fam, our community links are below in the Discord to our options group on Facebook and Discord. So right now we got the S&P's up 25. Dow is up 192 and NASDAQ up 100. If you're just joining, say what up, say what's going on. Welcome back. Oh man, let's go. Matthew Young, Jeff Lilly, Red Dust. Yo, Red Dust. I'll cover it. I'll cover what's going on. I'll cover what's going on when some more people join, so I don't have to repeat myself. Mason, what's good, man? No, I haven't been active in the community lately. Got word that I'll be going to Japan starting in January for 9 months for work. Probably will be trading again while I'm there. Yo, I mean that's exciting. See some new sites. Get to go to work. Wonder what the GF thinks about that. Is she going too? Daniel Boy, what's going on? Jack, Manchild. Yeah, I'll discuss that in a second. Christopher Wong. I'm in DKNG, short SPY. Yo, Jose, Rodney, what is going on? If you guys could do me the favor, hit the like button. Yeah, we have, obviously, we have a gap up today. And let me just pull up some stuff. So, kind of as you guys probably been watching the drama unfold. No, she's not. Wasn't too happy until I told her the money I would be making. She'll be all right. It's all about the money, baby. Yo, Kevin, what's going on? All right, so as you guys know, drama unfolded yesterday when, Trump called off talks, said that there's no deal, rejecting the Democrats' deal. They're going to focus on the Supreme Court nominee. That's what they were instructed to do. Then, where is it at? Trump went on a rip last night. Man, what is going on here? Where's the good stuff? He's tweeting a lot right now. Okay, here we go. That's what I was looking for. Then again, last night, after the market dropped hard, he says the House and Senate should immediately approve $25 billion for airline payroll support, $135 billion for Paycheck Protection Program for small business. Both of these will be fully paid for with unused funds from the CARES Act. Have this money, I will sign now. Does that mean they have the CARES Act has the money? That's a little bit unclear, but anyways. So that's what's going on. We had quite the reverse course. Now, I don't know if this is, we don't know if there's going to be a deal or no deal. You know what I mean? Like, we don't know what is going to happen here. Like, it doesn't really matter what political side you're on. We're all trading in the same stock market, right? So a deal, obviously, the stock market wants a deal. If there's no deal, obviously the stock market, you can kind of see how the stock market has reacted to no deal. And it was, and you can kind of tell it was a market-wide sell-off. SPY sold off, Q sold off, Apple sold off. Every single stock sold off at the same exact time. Tesla, Penn, everything. So it was a market-wide algo-driven sell-off. So the algos, we know, they are wanting, the algos are programmed to want a deal, and if the threat of a deal doesn't happen, then the algos doesn't like it. So we know that for a fact. Yo, John, thank you. So does Trump's tweet mean that they're going to come to a deal? Does not mean anything, right? It just means that he wants people to come back to the table for that second round of PPP loans and I don't think he didn't say anything about did he say anything about the $1,200 check for Americans? I don't think he said. I think it was only about the airlines and PPP loans for businesses. I don't see anything. So that's kind of the situation. On top of that today, we have not Mr. Powell, but the Fed meeting is going to be the Fed's going to be releasing their minutes today at 2 p.m. Eastern time. So 2 p.m. Eastern time, Fed minutes are going to be released. So if you don't do well on Fed days, don't go in today. Oh, it's the second. Yeah, tell her I thought that I saw something about the so much stuff on here. I can't even tell what. Here's a second tweet. Okay, here it is. So he tweets so much it's hard to tell what the actual is. He says if I am sent a standalone bill for stimulus checks, then they will immediately go to our great people immediately. All right, so I don't know. I guess it depends on how they react to this. I don't know. So if they react to it, if the Democrats and obviously the Republicans react to this, if they ignore it, then they ignore it. I don't know. I mean, what do you guys think? Are they going to do this, or are they not going to do this? What do you think? What do you guys think? I don't know. Right now the market is just moving on news and politics alone. It's not moving on anything else. Yeah, that's Matthew. That's kind of what I'm thinking. I'm thinking Nancy's not going to want to do it. So I don't know. But what we do know, Fed minutes coming out today. So if you're not confident in your ability to trade through the Fed minutes, today's not the day to be aggressive because we got the Fed minutes. Yesterday, Powell came out. He said that, they need more help from Congress. There's a low risk of doing it, AKA Fed sellers were effed up. We're so screwed up. That's what Powell's like, help. Says taking the foot off the gas now could risk thwarting a recovery that Powell said has been quicker than expected. So, it's gonna get a little dicey here for the next 4 weeks. We got to make it 4 weeks, guys. We got to make it. We got to make it through. Regardless who wins presidency, I think we all want the election to be over. I think we can all agree on that. Republican, Democrat, whatever you are, and liberal, anything in between, whatever you are, whoever you're voting for. I think we can all agree that we want this election season to be over in terms of traders, and that we can move forward. But what I was looking at on SPY yesterday, very interesting. It was very interesting to me that I was pretty cautious yesterday. I was selling some credit call spreads on SPX, so I was short, but I was short the 34.50 strikes. What was interesting to me was we were coming up at these rejection levels. So right in here, it tapped that, and immediately, obviously, the news got rejected. So the question is, without the news, would it have been pushed up? If you're looking at this chart like 2 years from now, 10 years from now, you'll see a clean rejection. You won't even remember the news that happened that day. So you'll see on a technical, the sun is in my face. It's like, doesn't want to leave me alone. It's like, okay, I don't know what's going on here. I need some shades up in here. Anyways, I'm blessed today. I got the sun on my face, trading the stock market with you guys. What more could I want? The past 2 Fed minutes were an easy trade, but daily SPY puts. Yeah, Powell said help, market dip. Trump said no. We all got demolished. Yeah, it's gonna be crazy. I think that I will try to short some credit call spreads as well. Just try to stay safe. Just kind of go low and slow today. I'm not going to try to be too aggressive. Made some money on this Home Depot drop yesterday, so I was watching Home Depot. Now, kind of what's going on with me in general, kind of why I missed the last few streams, and actually I'm going to have to probably cut this stream like 10 minutes short, and it's due to so my daughter has to go get COVID tested today. So we've been dealing with that, kind of figuring out what to do. But the interesting thing was that the doctor recommended that she get COVID tested, and because she's sick and stuff. And the interesting thing is that when we called, we had to make an appointment, and they couldn't make an appointment for like 3 days later. So we've all been kind of like, we're not sure what's going on. So we've all been just kind of quarantining. I mean, I'm pretty confident that the test is going to be negative, but at the same time, you know, you don't want to be, if for some reason she does, you know, you don't want to be going out being a super spreader. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, I don't feel sick. So I don't know. We don't know what's going on. The doctor just said that because of the symptoms that she's having, that she's got to do that. I just, you know, what I don't want to do is go out and, you know, obviously, let's say I'm asymptomatic or something. I don't want to go out and spread it to people. So we've been chilling. So that's kind of what's been going on, you know. Also, I sold my house, so we're dealing with that. So it's been quite a ride. Been quite a ride the past few days. So, you know, I posted a video. I got a video posted. I posted a video last night, which was my first video on YouTube since September 30th. So that's kind of what's going on. So, you know, nothing concerning the markets or anything like that. Just some, you know, obviously just some personal stuff going on. Blow up your account somehow too. No, just we're just trying to make some changes, you know, just in life in general. Red does, you know, that's how it is. Yo, Christopher, thanks. You know, I think everything will work out. You know, Hank, I agree. I'm not worried. But you know how it is. So that's kind of the situation that's going on right now. But back to the market. So Apple announced that on September 13th they're going to be October 13th they're going to be having an event for the new iPhone. Sold house, time to yellow it. Uh-oh. Okay. So Apple was coming up on obviously rejection territory as well. It did close below the 50-day. It did close below. Did it close below the 10-day? No, it closed like right on the 10-day moving average. So I mean, range is still relatively tight on Apple. You know, we're getting definitely some sort of you know, triangle formation. Like, is it going to break out here? You know, what is the deal? So as you can see here, we're starting to get kind of a tight range that's starting to form. I mean, I know this is kind of sloppy. We're starting to get a tight range up in here. So we're eventually probably going to break to the upside or to the downside. I mean, I'm kind of leaning towards the upside as long as the market cooperates. I mean, we are coming up on earnings season here. So earnings season starts in just a couple of weeks. Next week, earnings season kicks off with some of the major banks. So next week, earnings season. Let me pull this up here. Earnings season kicks off. JP Morgan, Wells Fargo, Bank of America, Goldman Sachs. Goldman Sachs is also on the 14th, even though it's not added here. So we got Citigroup. We do have the banks kicking off, and then we have a tech-heavy week. And obviously, this will be filled out a little bit more as time goes on. But right now, next week, earnings season kicks off with the banks, so just be mindful of that. So, you know, we could definitely be getting some pumps. You know, I think this earnings season is going to be really important because we're obviously, the market's relatively high. The banks haven't recovered yet. So the question is, Are they going to rip up on good news? Are they going to post bad news? We don't know. So for me right now, especially for like JP Morgan, Bank of America, I'm going to sit back, kind of see how they report and see what happens, and then maybe try to find a play on that. I mean, last earnings season, I did very well on Goldman Sachs and the bank stocks in general. But this earnings season, the question is what's priced in and what's not priced in and what they're actually going to report. I mean, this is we're pretty deep into 2020 now. So last quarter's figures, I mean, we do know that probably a lot of traders fell off in September. A lot of traders fell off because they lost their accounts. So Goldman Sachs, JP Morgan, all those are riding high on higher than expected trading revenues. Now the question is, I would be interested to see if those trading revenues actually are dipping or they're continuing to increase. So that's what I'm interested in seeing. Yeah, we got Domino's. We got Domino's tomorrow. I mean, Domino's, I think Domino's is a good trade. I mean, last earnings, I don't think it really did that much. So Domino's we have this week. I mean, yeah, it ripped up a little bit, but it's slow and steady. Domino's been slow and steady. So my opinion on Goldman Sachs, yeah, that is a tough one. What is it up right now? So it's at 204 right now. Yeah, I mean, I personally think that the banks are going to dump, but earnings next week could throw this off. I mean, everything kind of recovered a little bit here. You know, we have Goldman Sachs. JP Morgan did touch 100 yesterday. Yeah, JP Morgan went over 100 yesterday before that drop there. So be careful, guys. Even if you think that the market's going to be short, speculation may bring these names up due to earnings coming up in the next few days or weeks. Yeah, DPZ was it, bro. DPZ got me in the zone. I was like, man, I'm rich off DPZ, $700. Woo! Oh my gosh. The funny thing is I don't really trade Domino's that much because of the liquidity. And I don't know. Maybe I should just sell credit put spreads in there and just chill, because that seems to be the bread and butter. Let those babies expire. Let them expire. Yeah, that was crazy though. That was, Domino's. I mean, you wouldn't think Domino's a crazy stock, but I'm basic for sure. I'm here drinking my Nespresso. I got the sun on my face. Can you say that right now? Can you say you have the sun on your face? I had to move all the way over here. All right, so yeah, Hank, I do think that the banks probably will drop, but I think what could throw it off is earnings next week. They may not get the move that you're expecting. I mean, however, yesterday was really good. I mean, JP Morgan dropped $2. Goldman Sachs. How much did it drop yesterday? Yeah, it dropped like $5-6. So I mean, that was a pretty decent sized move, but it didn't crack. Goldman Sachs didn't crack the 200 area, so it's been holding on. Yeah, moving to Alaska, Ariana. I'm getting away from everybody. I'm getting away. Goodbye. Just kidding. I'm long GS yesterday after the drop. Yeah, I mean, I would just be careful, tread lightly, because I mean, it's going to be a heavy news day. It's going to be a heavy news day. Fox News, CNN, CNBC, everybody, and then we got the Fed. So the big factor obviously is the Fed. I mean, so I think let's say if I was long Goldman Sachs on this drop, I would probably sell now, see if there's a drop later today, and then try to re-enter for a long. But that's just me. That's a lot of work. Ariana, I don't know yet. We don't know I don't know what's going on. Need to get some bush crafting skills, get in the act carving skills. He's looking for a red city. If you guys are just joining, say what up in the chat. I'd like to see who's here. If you guys could do me a favor, hit the like button. Definitely appreciate it. All right, we got the markets opening in 10 minutes. What stocks you guys want to look at? To a van down by the river. Yeah, moving to a van down by the river. Do we ever know what's going on until after it happens? Like Red does. In this day and age, honestly, we don't know what's going on. We just kind of have to use probabilities and try to figure out, like, okay, if XYZ happens, am I going to be in a good position or a bad position, right? And then if XYZ doesn't happen, am I going to be in a good position or... And that's the thing. Like that's what makes trading hard right now for a lot of people, is because the market, people are like, I don't understand why the market's doing this. I don't like. Listen, nobody understands. Okay, the market's moving on politics. They're moving on Trump being cured of coronavirus, and it's running on hopes and dreams and lies and all that stuff. So we don't know what's going on. We don't know what's going on. Oh yeah, DKNG. So DKNG had their offering, 52 a share. So, you know, I think that DKNG, you know, even though it's going to be taking a massive dip, definitely down in support area around 50. So I think is G2G, you know, I think we're going to be good to go. So for me, if you didn't get a chance to buy a stock, load up. Only bad news is like NFL players and stuff are getting coronavirus. So, you know, but if you're holding for multi-year, I mean, who cares, right? Coronavirus is eventually gonna hopefully go away eventually, and if not, probably eradicated by a vaccine in the next few years. So, I mean, coronavirus is not going to be here, and I'm pretty sure the NFL will be here well after coronavirus is done. So, here's your chance. I'm not saying, like, you know, bet the farm on it or anything, but if you want to be long for the next couple of years, I mean, here's a good opportunity. AMD, Tyler Smith. Yo, James G, what's going on? Tyler Smith with AMD. Man, chip stocks were running hot yesterday. AMD kind of struggled. Like yesterday was kind of a weird day, because if you look at the Qs and then you look at, like, let's forget about the event. Okay. You had this recovered V and let's focus here. You had like a V-shaped formation as well on AMD. However, it started to make some lower highs. So we had a high up here at 87, then we had a high here, then we had a high here before obviously the news event. We're popping up right now at around 85, 86 on AMD right now. So I do think that, like again, if the market cooperates, there's no reason why AMD can't be 90. But the problem is, I mean, you guys know what the problem is. The market is not cooperating. The market is doing market-wide selling and buying. So it doesn't matter right now for your technical analysis, especially on a day like today when the Fed minutes are being released, they're negotiating. I don't know if they're actually negotiating a stimulus deal, if they're actually going to come to the table. Now, if Nancy goes on TV and says, hey, we're going to come back and talk to them about it, then the market probably will go up like they were doing. What was that the other day when, like, Steve and Nancy came on TV that morning, like, I'm hopeful for a deal, and then literally like 45 minutes later said no deal, and the market like tanked. I mean, that's the kind of situation we're in right now. So, you know, tread lightly. Don't go too large. Take your profits. Because all those people yesterday, I mean, granted, this was a clean chart. Like, especially looking at SPY, looking at us, we had a clean break. Like, SPY had a clean break to the upside, made a weekly high, and was coasting. Made a clean break right in here. People started getting long around 340, 50. We had a nice bull flag, and then a pop to the upside, right? So the market most likely would have ran. We had some nice buying, and then obviously we had the news event. So the problem is people weren't collecting their profits, and they lost all their money or are down considerably. Excuse me. So just be mindful. That's kind of the situation right now. Vail, Peloton, I got you. So Vail was up on news about Tesla and batteries, I think. I'm not 100% clear on this. Or is that another company I was thinking about? Yeah, Tesla in talks over nickel supply deal. Okay, so yeah, Tesla's in talks with them about nickel supply. We don't know what's going to happen. I mean, it looks like it's at some support here. However, it did close on their 200-day. I mean, it's definitely not fair yesterday because we did have that market-wide sell-off. But it seems like Vail is very, very, I guess, how do you say this? They're very influenced by the market conditions. So yesterday it was red, Vail was red. Today is green, Vail is green. So just be mindful that it's reacting to the overall market. So even if you believe in getting long here, which I mean you could taste a little bit, but 10 might be the better deal depending if some bad news comes out today. So we'll see. I would say tread lightly because Vail seems to move on the market conditions, not necessarily what it's doing. I mean, and this pop up to 1172 sold off. So just be mindful if we get some bad news coming out the pipe here, Vail most likely is going to fall. Peloton. So Peloton. I mean, it's just insane. It just keeps going and going and going and going. So, ride the wave. That's all you could do. Buy the dips. I would like it to come down to the 10-day moving average or slow down a little bit because it's just for the last how many weeks? It's been running for the last 3-4 weeks here. So it's been rampant. And eventually we're going to have it come down a little bit, but after this double top here break, I mean it pushed through. So people want to buy Peloton. I think a lot has to do with, they lowered the cost of, I mean, I even got an email, I think. I mean, it was an email, their bike came down quite a bit. So their pricing, I think the market likes that they're pricing things to be more affordable to consumers. Peloton is my biggest regret. Bought 25 shares in January and then sold in May. Yo, Blaze and Bob, if you're a long-term investor, you're going to feel that a lot of times. I mean, the thing is, if you still believe in the company, you can always buy more shares. Obviously it's going to cost you more, but if you're a long-term investor, just and you believe in the company, you believe in the growth, just hold. Move to a house on the lake out in the wilderness, get out of the city. That would be nice. Hopefully they have internet. Yo, Clarence, what's going on? BAC. So BAC kind of in the same boat as JPM. Obviously, it's prone to the events happening today, Fed, all that. But however, it could hold because we're going to have earnings next week on it, and it may want to ramp up to like the 26 area. So, I mean, being under the 200-day, I mean, not good. Being under the 50-day, not good. I mean, obviously, it's in bear territory. But as you guys know, with pre-earnings runners, it could definitely move up. It could definitely move up. I mean, this got rejected right at the 50-day moving average yesterday. So, RKT. Sorry, I'm trying to get through Hank, SPCE. Is this popping again? All right, I think we could have a break here to the upside if the market cooperates. I mean, like again, the algos. This was a market-wide sell-off. It had nothing to do with the individual companies. I mean, this was a liquidation. So, I mean, the nice thing is it came down to 21, which was support, and now it's bouncing. I would like if this comes back down to 21 area, might be something to look at. Because it might make another run to 25 area like it did here. When is earnings on this? Earnings is November 5th. So this could, look at last earnings. Look at last earnings here. Made a nice run up. I mean, obviously it sold off, but just look at the history. It could make a nice run up like it did on earnings here. It could hit 25, 24 area. But with this stock, you probably have to be patient, RKT. All right, market's opening right now. RKT, I mean, it tried, but it looks like it's just coming back on support. I mean, right now, if you want to get long, just looks like you want to, some share accumulation is happening here. All right, so market is open. S&P's up 30. Dow's up 224. NASDAQ up 122. Woo. It's gonna be like that, huh? It's gonna be like that. Let's close out some. Can we close some? Let's try to close out some spreads here. See what's going on. Market is open. Smash the buy button on DKNG all day, Alex. All day. All day. Man, the market is ramping. SPX gapped up. Qs. Okay, so we got SPY at SPY is at 338. Man, that is crazy. Crazy. Qs 278. Tesla is gapped up, but it's not moving. I mean, let's see. I mean, let's see what happens today. I mean, I think today's anybody's game. Anybody's game. But we had a pretty massive gap up here. Meanwhile, gold's not doing too hot. If anyone's looking at gold, gold is not looking good. Could come back down to 1850, I think. Amazon. So Amazon's one I'm looking at particularly, in particular for a pre-earnings run-up. Right now, earnings are scheduled for October 22nd. We do have Prime Day coming up. Amazon Prime Day. Let's see. When is Amazon Prime Day? So I'm expecting Amazon to have a good. Okay, so Prime Day is October 13th through 14th. Prime Day is October 13th through 14th. So I'm looking for a play on Amazon, but I need to. The reason why I've been a little bit spooked on this is because of the news events right now. So I am looking for a long play into this fall, but I'm a little bit leery of a market-wide liquidation again. I mean, this popped down from 31.72 all the way down to, the 3,100. What did this close at yesterday? This closed at like 3,100 area. Whew. Now it's back up, but I mean, it got smoked. Yo, Daniel Salyers, how you doing? I think Peloton could squeeze like Tilray or Beyond a while back. Manchild, I agree. It's so quiet. It's so quiet. All right, let's see. Let's see what it do. All right, market is moving. Out of GS. Nice job, man. GS, it doesn't look like it has a lot of Momo right now. All right, NVIDIA. Let's look at NVIDIA. So NVIDIA, I mean, we'll see what happens here. People were loading up calls pretty thick. I think there was a lot of buying at the 595 call level. But we'll see what happens here. I mean, things could be topped out here. Like I said, tread lightly today. I mean, I don't know if we're going to have a very aggressive day. I mean, we had a massive gap up, so I just don't see there being a lot of buyers today, knowing that we have these news events. So I really think that we could just be chopping along in a lot of these stocks. And what do you guys think? Yo, Jason Kennedy, what's going on? I mean, it doesn't look like, Home Depot's not moving. Ooh, here you go. Domino's is doing pretty nice. Domino's doing pretty nice this morning. 450, up 450. Waiting for FedBets could be a good strangle on a SPY. Yeah, I mean, right now, man, child, you probably get some puts for cheap. Like, you buy the 330, maybe buy the 338 put, 340 call. However, I feel like there's more resistance on the upside than there is to the downside. You know, I think that there's definitely more resistance on the upside. So I think it's going to have a harder time clawing back, especially after, you know, what's happened yesterday. Man, I hope some people got their money back today, though, because that was pretty devastating for a lot of people. I mean, just instantly gains wiped. I mean, so many messages, so many people came through and like, man, I was up, and then I checked the markets and I was down, and like that was tough. That was tough, you know, for a lot of people. Yo, Boris, what's going on? Long time no see, man. So right now the market just seems to be just chilling. And IWM, anybody here tried IWM? I've been looking at trading IWM a little bit more because I mean it's been violent to the upside, violent to the downside. I mean it's been having quite a run. It's starting to get into bull territory here. Obviously it was rejected yesterday, so it really needs to break above. It did break above this, and people were loading in, and then we had the news out. So it's so interesting to me that IWM can go from bearish territory to bull territory in literally like 10 trading days or less. I mean, that was crazy. But I think that if we can get some momentum to the upside, I mean, I think this could run 165, 170 area up in here. But again, we need to be careful. IWM TZA good to trade. I agree with you, Jack. So I'm looking at IWM. Look, right now it's at a critical point on the chart. Does it break this area? Yesterday it did break this area, but obviously, you know what happened. Yeah, Baidu. Yeah, the thing is, like the U.S.-China trade war left such a bad taste in my mouth for Chinese stocks. Like, I used to love trading Baidu. I used to love trading Alibaba. I used to love trading the Chinese stocks because they had a lot of volatility. But after the China trade war, it kind of left a bad taste in my mouth. I'm like, bruh, I don't know. You know what I mean? It's like, but I agree with you. I agree with you, Hank. I definitely think it's going to pop above, you know, probably a 135 area. Yeah, they're trying to rip the shorts now. They ripped the longs, then they ripped the shorts. Let's see Boeing. Let's see what Boeing. Baby boy Boeing is trying to catch up, but I think any pop on Boeing you short. You know, they lower guidance. I think they're going to have a rough go. I mean, if this pops back up to like the 168, 170 area, I will be looking for a short position on Boeing. I mean, I hope it happens. But right now it's definitely looking a little weak in here. I don't think we're gonna get it today. I don't see the market being up huge before Fed minutes. But maybe it will. DKNG. So DKNG, we're down on DKNG here, down in the 52 area due to the offering at 52 a share. So we'll see what happens. We got DKNG. If this comes down to 50 or 49, I think good. It's a good buy. Roku. Anyone here trading Roku? Man, 210. How about that? Roku's just been coasting. Yeah, long-term portfolio. That's it. So Roku has been riding nice. I mean, it had that crazy sell-off. That would have been a good entry actually, but I think people are just too scared to do anything because without the Trump tweets, we could have had a massive gap down this morning. I really feel like that's kind of what the market sentiment felt like. Like we could have like a massive gap down. Man, I'm getting texts in Spanish. Stuff's going nuts. More Titan players test positive. Additional Patriots test positive. Raiders test positive. Everyone test positive. We're going to have like the fourth and fifth stringers out. The Water Boys are going to be making an appearance as QB. Yeah, I mean, I know why the NFL did it, but I think that this is not going to be. It's not going to be an accurate depiction of what an NFL season is, and this, like the championship, you're probably going to get like the Cleveland Browns or somebody in the championship, or Miami Dolphins, or the tweet of no stimulus was just a trial balloon. Yeah, so Christopher, I think that the NFL's got a lot of games ahead. It's going to be a rough road, and I think it's unfortunately too bad Tom Brady didn't retire last year. Because this year is going to suck for him. But yeah, market is what is SPY doing right now? Man, SPY hit 339. Looks like it wants to squeeze, but might get stopped out here, so we'll see. Yeah, Penn is moving to the downside. Penn actually just turned green though. I would like to see another push to the upside. JP Morgan's up $1.88 right now, but can it make a run? Can it make a run above 100 again? It's really hard to say. I mean, yeah, today is tough to kind of guess what's going to happen because of the events that we have here. And I don't know. I'm trying to see if there's any news. I don't see any news of them. I don't see any news of the Democrats or Republicans talking about any sort of stimulus deal this morning. Usually in the mornings we've been getting some announcements saying, so and so is looking to make a deal, but it doesn't look like that's happening. Yeah, I mean, again, John, I agree with you. I think that we're gonna have a choppy day here. I mean, man, Qs are running right now, pretty hot though. Qs, what's Apple doing? Where'd Apple go? Apple should be right in here. Did it get moved? Oh, jeez. I think Apple got dropped from my watch list. That's weird. Got to re-add it here. Yeah, Apple got dropped. Let's bring him back up. All right, Apple's back in the watch list. Yeah, Apple could happen. AMD could be in CM mode if their chips are better than Intel and single-thread processors reveal tomorrow at noon. Christopher, I do think that they are going to be better. At least in my opinion, I think they're going to be better than Intel's. I think Intel's in trouble, man. Intel's in trouble. And their price point is good too, AMD. What's the meaning behind us versus herd? So us versus herd is also like the mentality of having that herd mentality as not only an entrepreneur, but a trader. So us versus herd is, do you want to go with the herd or against the herd? And obviously for school and work, everyone's trained to be very cookie cutter. We go to class, we raise our hand. We go to the corporate world, sit in a cubicle, we raise our hand. And that's the way that you're training. So to go against the herd, that's what we are here. So I've always felt like I was more of an outsider. Like a lot of people are like, hey, why don't you fit into this box? Why don't you do it this way? Why don't you? And like for me, things just never clicked that way. Things just never in my mind made sense to do things that way. Like, why would I want to live every day of my life doing the same thing and it being extremely boring? Like, why would I ever want that? Some people boring. Some people like boring. They like ease of use. They do their job. They go home. They eat the same thing for lunch, the same thing for breakfast. They do the same thing day in, day out. But for me, I like variety. I like a challenge. I like to do something different. And that's why, that's why I love trading every day. Every day I'm trading something different. Every day in the stock market is completely different. I can't sit here and say every day is the same. I cannot. So I like it. Other jobs, other things that you do like when I worked at years ago, when I worked in the restaurant industry, or I worked at Starbucks, or I worked at, some other corporate place, you wake up and you do the same exact thing every single day. And that, like for me to do that, I would rather just not exist than to do that. I don't live for that. I live for the challenge. I live for being able to make an impact, and you can't make an impact clocking in and clocking out. It's okay. We all went to special ed too. Trolls in the chat. So I got to run. Like I said, my daughter's got to go get tested now. So you guys, I gotta go help my wife out. So you guys have a great day. I will probably be posting a video tonight. So stay safe, stay green. It's us versus herd.